Yeah, this chair or the panel seems to be a bit different from the conventional things which are usually happening in such meets. We're talking about incorporating innovation, that is localizing the innovation, and that too now comes the part of the citizen empowerment and citizen engagement. And that's where our role is expected to be. Just to start the discussion, I would like to state that today's administration or the government is never expected to be a one-sided affair. Going past these 60 years of independence and now the scenario is like this, we are supposed to be the facilitators in actually take the system alongside and using all the tools, all the media available in-house or outside just to pull things inside so that the things can undergo some kind of change. Regarding how to implement it and how to realize this dream, actually, I know it's almost an impossible task which gets reflected off and on in different kind of movements which get built up since last couple of years. We have been watching in our own country the level of distress or the kind of dissatisfaction which actually is emerging amongst the citizens so far as taking one or the other kind of issue. In Jammu and Kashmir, I would like to discuss few initiatives which have been taken because this is one of the states where actually we can say the reforms have been kicking off quite early. In my early part of the discussion, I had already talked about something like land reforms. They happened quite early stages after independence. And, but somehow, somewhat, there's a lag in between actual computerization because being in revenue, I have been dealing with all these things. So we're looking forward to those things also with implementation of e-governance tools. And I know that we have to replicate the same kind of success stories which Andhra and few other states had in implementation, although it's tough. And in the morning also we saw some models in which urban records have been computerized using some organizations. So I would say one of the ways to actually empower people or engage them more actively, that is the citizen, the common man, is one very rare act which has been into implementation in our state, that is Public Service Guarantee Act. This is something very interesting. Like every particular department is being given a fixed particular time to perform its duty. Suppose they come to us in revenue. As a part of the pilot, 7-8 departments have been empaneled for it. Some key core area departments like rural development, like revenue department, like home, some PHE, and similar kind of departments, it's being enhanced to other departments as well. It would be ultimately reaching out to almost all the departments of the government. But the interesting feature of this Public Service Guarantee Act is number of days are fixed for deliverance of a service to a common man. Suppose a person goes into an office to get some document prepared. So after taking his application, there will be fixed number of days, say 14 days or 21 days or 1 month to fulfill, to finish off and hand over the document to him. If that thing does not happen, the officer or the concerned people are to be penalized, whatever the kind of thing prescribed under the law. So that kind of thing actually gives a chance to the citizen to question the government, to make them accountable. Mind you, this is an extra step other than RTI implementation in Jammu and Kashmir like every part of the country. RTI Act is very much into its position, and that's also helped people to find their place and to question the system. That is empowerment. And similar is this Public Service Guarantee Act, which I don't think so is applicable in very many states in the country. Even if they are, they may be one or two. But we have taken the lead in doing that. Similar kind of thing which I would like to share is like since last 3-4 years, there is one CM grievance cell, which is again part of this ICT revolution. There is Awaaz-e-Aam or something like website is available for J&K CM, in which a person can directly file an online application mentioning about the particular core area where that person is facing problem. And that thing directly goes from the secretariat, from CM cells to respective departments, and it gets redressed. In case it doesn't, then there is a monitoring of the CM monitoring cell is also there. So they keep on monitoring and taking people to task who don't perform it. So these are few very examples of how ICT has taken over and how a blend has got into place so far as implementation of such policies are concerned. Regarding serving the rural masses, I have had a personal experience of serving one of the remotest subdivisions in Jammu and Kashmir in district Udhampur. We have only subdivision left now after bifurcation of districts, that is Dudu Basantgarh. I would share my own personal experiences. These days, to empower citizens, you just need not have some laws in place, as I've just mentioned. You ought to have been developing that attitude that you go to the public yourself rather than letting them come to your offices. Similar kind of initiatives I had been taking there. First of all, I thought that we must bring them on a kind of world map, in the sense like we launched first official website amongst all subdivisions which are already there in Jammu and Kashmir, and that was dudubasantgarh.gov.in. That was a window opener to the outside world also, to the potential this area has, in the sense like it's one of the most beautiful stretches in J part of Jammu and Kashmir, J&K. But very few people know about it, because of the only reason that there was a big lag, underdeveloped, technology was not there to put things in place. So that's what we did. We put in a lot of photographs, maybe 300-400 photographs on the photo gallery side, just to highlight different times, different moments, the snowbound areas, the mountains, the greens, everything out there. And this became a window to the public across the globe also, and it became a kind of facilitator so far as putting up the information, the officers' availability, the timings and all that. So this thing was first of the primary things I personally tried to do in that remotest area, which was not even properly connected through communication means also. Similar is the thing like we used to go to public holding some kind of, we can say, public darbars. We used to take 40-50 officers along with in those remotest parts of the subdivision, where instant solution, real-time solution was given to them to their various problems. All the nearby villages used to flock in together, the public, the citizens, and at that very moment only we used to find out problems. And you know, these areas, these far-flung areas, they don't require much of the things. They are not much interested in technology. They are not much. What they are interested in getting proper electricity, proper water arrangements, so that water supplies are there. So some very basic things, some kind of plantation drives, few very simple things, agricultural produce kind of incentives, those kinds of things. So that's what actually is the empowerment. You go to the people and provide them real-time solutions. So these kinds of initiatives, I'm sure, if present scenario, the governments, the systems plan, and that too not by force. That Public Service Guarantee Act is a kind of thing in which we are enforcing people. And yes, times have come. I realize, I fully agree to what my friends, Mr. Mudgal and all others have raised. They are doing wonderful work. I would also invite these groups to come to a state like ours, where there is an ample scope and potential from agricultural point of view, and even linking up people is concerned. There is no even people have the will also to participate, but the problem is some kind of fear psychosis sometimes prevails. Some kind of things creep into the minds of people, which actually is never there. Because we are there, we see people coming for Vaishno Devi pilgrimage, and we find since last 2 years the number is magical. It's crossed 1 crore. The pilgrimage number. So we believe that J&K is no less than in anything, but the only thing which is required is flow of new concepts, innovations. Empowerment is already going on. I have no doubts. We people are there. We are there to implement latest things. As I had a word in my last discussion also, we already are into a lot of technology. Transparency, accountability through launch of websites of all the departments. We are already into automation of almost all the operations. The processes are steady, slow, but then consistency is there. There is a will to change the things. We are doing it in a very targeted manner now. The thing is, once these things start getting channelized, things are on the move. I'm sure we are going to catch up with all the top technology on states. And yes, government sector, almost everywhere, even this kind of initiative is a part of government sector's will to actually bring about changes. We have been encouraging officers, training them, bringing this lag which was actually existing in between, that there was a resistance to change. People never used to get onto technological things thinking that this will become an impediment in the way the government functions. But yes, the concepts are changing, people are responsive to change, and different kinds of media are being adopted from time to time. This particular CM grievance cell kind of thing which I've just shared, and we are also incorporating change in the sense that youngsters are being encouraged out in the system these days to bring about some projects. Like, I would also add on one more thing here. There is another thing which is undergoing in our state, which is known as CAPU. That is the CIO&Kashmir Employment Generation Policy, in which we are motivating youngsters to bring some innovative projects. And soft loans are being offered to youngsters so that they can come up with some innovative things, maybe in the traditional fields only, so that they become the change agents, as well as the development goes from the city-centric viewpoint to the rural belts of the state, which is more needed because of the conditions we had in past 2.5 decades. So these are getting good responses also. Then we have got some Overseas Employment Corporation also recently, which started working, and people are being given chances to move abroad also. They are being given chances to get their skills enhanced also. And even as a part of the UDAN project, people are even getting more chances to move out, and a lot of corporates, the top corporates of the country had flocked in Kashmir last year as part of these initiatives, and they even planned that they'll open up some big business houses. So in any case, now the train has already reached Kashmir, it's already there. Some international airport projects are already going on. Kashmir is already there. Jammu also is coming up. So, and the highways are doing fantastically well. The national highway projects are going on, and infrastructural development on all counts, be it on parts of information technology side, be it on part of developing infrastructure is concerned, and many other big industrial projects are also in the pipeline. So what I mean to say that we are administration has to have that kind of concept running, which I believe the change has come. Maybe after off late changes have come, but everywhere, I believe, in all the states. And it's only a matter of time when the collusion between technology as well as the innovation would be there, and there would be a perfect blend of what we talk about, bringing about a change with the proper involvement of all the forces, and we should be able to hit an equilibrium so far as taking everything alongside and touching new heights so far as the implementation of such things are concerned. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma. We appreciate the determination that there is to at least take technology schemes in government beyond online presence and to really make offline change.